Thanks for joining us on Elon Local News, Elon's news leader. I'm Meredith Stutz.
And I'm Justin Beagle. Here are the stories we're following. From Israel to Elon, an Israeli fellow is visiting campus this week to share her international perspective with students. We'll bring you that story.
ELN has kept you up to date on Elon's expansion plans. Now we'll hear from one downtown business owner who isn't happy with the scheduled changes.
And later in the show, we'll take you to the putting greens. We'll talk to one Burlington native chasing her dreams of turning pro.
All those stories and more
coming up on Elon Local News.
Israel and the ongoing conflict in the Middle East is more than 6,000 miles away from Elon's campus. But for the next week, Elon will be hosting a visitor from the region.
Our Mackenzie Murray is in the studio with more. Mackenzie?
Thanks, guys. This week, I met Israeli fellow Shani Kanaani. After her service in the Israeli army, she attended the University of Tel Aviv and later traveled to the United States as an emissary, partnering with different universities. Kanaani shared with me what her goals are while here at Elon. Kanaani is part of the Jewish Agency for Israel and Hillel International, an Israeli Fellows program that sent her to America. Those in the program have set three main goals for their time here:
engagement, experience, and education. Israel-related, obviously.
The program has brought her to Elon to share her perspective and life stories with the community.
I'm, a resource, a human resource for people, and I'm happy to be a resource.
As this resource, Elon's students have been asking Kanaani about her thoughts on global issues.
Since I was born and raised in the United States and she was born and raised in Israel, it's great to have a conversation with someone who has a different experience than you, and especially connecting over Jewish heritage.
Kanaani has one main message about global issues for Elon's students.
To understand that it's more than black and white. Like the gray in the middle, it's not even one gray.
With all of the conflict going on in and around Israel, many Elon students want to know how Kanaani is affected.
It doesn't really matter if I'm Israeli or you are an American or someone is from some other country. It's really global.
She wants people to realize that no matter the distance between them, Israel and America are very similar.
People want to change the world, to fix the world, to add value to the world. And I think this is really common between Israel and America.
Kanaani will be at Elon for the remainder of this week and welcomes all students to ask her questions. Back to you, Meredith and Justin.
Thanks, Mackenzie. According to Town Manager Richard White, Elon Fire Chief Eddie King is currently serving a non-disciplinary suspension. White told the Burlington Times that an internal investigation, has begun. Elon Local News contacted White for more information, but have yet to hear back from him. We'll continue to follow this story. Now, we're 6 weeks away from election 2014, and earlier today, Elon poll released new numbers on the North Carolina Senate race. Incumbent Kay Hagan holds a 4-point lead over Republican challenger Tom Tillis. The results also show a wide gender gap. 50% of men favor Tillis, while only 30% of men favor Hagan. For women, 52% are in favor of Hagan compared to just 33% favoring Tillis. The poll was conducted last week and asked potential North Carolina voters who they would vote for if the election was held today.
Vote. Our Zora Stevenson has more.
When current school board candidate and Elon Bursar worker Jeremy Teeter needed a campaign manager, sophomore Gabriel Corbett jumped at the chance.
Met with Jeremy a couple days later and was given the job right on the spot.
Now, the political science major has been on Teeter's campaign for 8 months. Corbett's goal is to learn as much as he can about politics.
I feel like this is a great way to do that because it's real-world experience that you can't get inside of the classroom.
If elected, Teeter's main initiative will be to help the teachers of Alamance County.
We would concentrate on doing things to reduce class sizes, provide materials that they need.
Corbett not only believes in Teeter's initiatives, which are listed behind me, but he has personal ties to what they say is the most important one: teachers.
I come from a family of teachers. Like my aunt is a professor at Clemson. My grandparents have been high school teachers. So it's something that I am very passionate about.
That passion is what pushes Corbett to work so hard on this campaign.
I knew that it was going to be difficult. I knew that it was going to be a time commitment. I knew that it was going to require a lot of my focus.
The amount of time Corbett spends on this campaign varies week to week, but through the dedication to the campaign, Teeter and Corbett have developed a relationship that will not end with election season.
I'll definitely continue to stay in touch with Gabriel. I think he's got a future himself in local politics and maybe even more than that.
Their working relationship has even allowed Corbett to correct his mentor.
There were some things that he used to say in his 2-3-minute speech to voters that I didn't think was necessary, so I told him that he could cut that out.
After the Teeter campaign is over, Gabriel hopes to get involved in some other local campaigns. Zora Stevenson, Elon, Local News.
School board candidate Teeter isn't the only Elon election connection. An Elon grad is running for a seat in the North Carolina House of Representatives. This week, we sat down with Republican incumbent Stephen Ross, who says his primary goal this election season is balancing the budget. Ross's biggest advice for voters across the state: know your candidate.
Everybody should really become more informed about the candidates and what they stand for, and go in and vote based on what they feel.
Midterm elections are Tuesday, November 4th. ELN will be bringing you the results of Ross's race and others across the Tar Heel State as we go live on election night.
September is National Hunger Action Month, and according to the charity Feeding America, 1 in 6 Americans are food insecure, which means that they lack access to enough food to maintain healthy living. Our Tess McCurdy looked into what one Burlington farm is doing to fight local hunger.
Local food for local people. That's the motto of Red Bud Certified Organic Farms.
Problem is getting the food to the people who need it.
Clay Smith and Nancy Joyner, Red Bud's owners, provide healthy food to those right here in the Burlington community.
One of the best ways to do that is to eat local, to help people grow food where they are at.
Smith grew up on a farm and understands the importance of starting young when teaching about eating right.
Just watching particularly children, but having conversations with children and adults about, what is it healthy to eat? How do my eating habits affect the care of the earth?
Red Bud gives its extra fruit and vegetables to allied churches
That feed hundreds of people each day lunch. And so we'll donate items to them.
When farmers markets are over, Red Bud doesn't pack up their food and take it home. They donate it, and they match food stamps at the Raleigh Farmers Market.
If they have $20, they end up with $40, and then most of the vendors will double that again when the person does business with them. So.
For Smith and Joyner, fighting hunger goes beyond the month of September. Tess McCurdy, Elon Local News.
Here on campus, it's easy to underestimate the importance of food in our daily lives, especially with access to college meal plans. According to Feeding America, nearly 2 million people in North Carolina qualify as food insecure.
You've seen the new buildings popping up all over campus, and the town of Elon is working on a master plan that will revamp how downtown looks. While change can be an exciting time, we talked to one local business owner who isn't pleased with all the construction. Our Jasmine Turner is outside with more.
Thanks, guys. As you can see, downtown Elon is behind me, and to my right, just beyond the trees with the red awning, is Eleanor's Hair Design, one of the oldest businesses in downtown Elon. It's been around since the 70s. We spoke to Eleanor Dunn, the owner, about how Elon's expansion is affecting local businesses. From the global neighborhood to the admissions and financial planning building to the plans for a new school of communications, there's no denying Elon is growing.
The students, so it is a completely different atmosphere.
You may walk by Eleanor's Hair Design on your way to class. Eleanor Dunn has been in downtown Elon for more than 40 years and has seen more changes to the university and town than some faculty and staff.
Elon spread out too much, the university itself, and more students than the local residents. They had to move out. We had a grocery store. They closed the grocery store.
As the university began to grow, Dunn says it took a toll on the people living just off campus.
They moved out, and then the Elon kids moved in.
In May, a redevelopment plan for downtown Elon was proposed, bringing together Elon business owners, residents, and town officials, including some members of the school, something Dunn didn't like.
Elon people who is affiliated with the university should not be on the board or anything to do with the town. It should be completely separated.
Her passion for preserving what is left of the old downtown Elon shows. Not even her family can keep her from attending town hall meetings.
I want to go, so my grandson, he called me something for his birthday, and I reckon I have to tell him I'm not coming and go to the meeting.
Even if Dunn can't stop the expansion of Elon, she says her business is not moving.
I'm grandfathered in. Nothing they can do.
Now, the next Elon Board of Aldermen's meeting is scheduled for October 6th, and I actually called the town hall, who told me it's highly likely they will be discussing the redevelopment plans for downtown Elon. In downtown Elon, I'm Jasmine Turner. Back to you, Meredith and Justin.
Thanks, Jasmine. Just past Eleanor's hair design is the intersection of Williamson Avenue and West Trollinger. When you're driving through Mill Point towards the apartments, have you ever noticed that sometimes you just can't see the color of the traffic light until you're right under it? Well, the town of Elon is getting that light fixed. Elon Police Chief Cliff Parker says that the light may have shifted due to storms or wind, which made it even harder to see. Parker says the Department of Transportation uses this type of light across the entire state to slow traffic at railroad crossings. Town planner Sean Tenser says the light will be fixed within the next 2 weeks.
Coming up later in the show, we'll tee off with a local golfer who's hoping to go pro.
And see how one student's hobby is bringing her a lot of online attention. Coming up after the break. Welcome back. Family Weekend is just days away, and if your parents are coming into town like mine are, why not show them some love by treating them to a meal that's not on your meal plan? But where can you go to get the most affordable food this weekend? Our Brandon Joyner has some advice for you in this week's College Consumer.
That's right, Justin. As you're looking for deals on meals this weekend, one app has you covered. Retail Me Not is an app that helps save you money with deal alerts for your favorite stores and restaurants. Here are a couple bargains I found on the app that will help make this weekend more affordable. First up, Red Lobster. Just a short drive down the road in Alamance Crossing, you can treat your parents to a 4-course feast for just $16.99 each this weekend. And if you want more seafood options and a little steak on the side, check out Outback Steakhouse just off of Huffman Mill Road, where there is a $14.99 surf and turf deal. But if seafood isn't your thing, go for some Italian at Olive Garden in Alamance Crossing. Retail Me Not has a buy one, get one 50% off entree deal. So if you have a big family, keep this deal in mind. So if you're looking for the best prices on food this weekend, be sure to check out Retail Me Not. Looking out for the College Consumer, I'm Brandon Joyner. Back to you.
Thanks, Brandon. We found one Elon student who is taking the online world by storm just by pressing record. Jenny Hook has the story.
This is my YouTube board.
You may say first-year student Katie Bellotti has a lot of online friends. She has close to 300,000 YouTube subscribers.
It's just crazy to think that I'm sitting in my dorm room filming a video and millions of people have the opportunity to watch it.
Her channel has more than 21 million views, but her online presence goes beyond YouTube. Her Twitter has more than 40,000 followers, and her Instagram, more than 60,000.
It's my 5th year making YouTube videos, but even before I began on YouTube, I've always dabbled in videography.
Starting in middle school, Bellotti began using social media as a creative outlet.
I got bullied a lot in middle school. It was just really not a good time for me, so I figured I would channel all of my energy into making friends on the internet.
Bellotti's weekly videos focus on fashion and beauty tips. And internet friends aren't the only bonuses Bellotti got from posting on YouTube.
L'Oreal was probably my most exciting deal that I've ever gotten, but I've been approached about Keds shoes, which I'm actually considering doing in the future. Spoiler alert. But yeah, no, the brands is probably the most exciting part about what I do is being able to review products and in turn get money for it.
But the product deals are just a perk. Bellotti says her main goal is to make people feel good.
When I was in middle school, I had really big self-esteem problems, and so with my videos, every single video, although it might not seem like it from the title or from the subject area, I'm just trying to make people feel comfortable and feel loved.
And what does Bellotti have to say about her success?
It feels crazy. I still cannot kind of grasp the fact that all of these perfect strangers know who I am. It's insane.
Jenny Hook.
Bye.
Elon Local News.
Bellotti says that while photos are worth 1,000 words, videos are worth 1,000,000.
And tomorrow on our morning show, be sure to check out our one-on-one interview with an Elon student who danced for Abby Lee Miller. If the name doesn't ring a bell, it's the same dance teacher from the reality show Dance Moms. Miller is known for her harsh teaching methods, but our Elon dancer has seen a different side of Miller. It even calls her a second mom. Tune in tomorrow morning to see our Ashley McGettrick get a dance lesson with a dance daughter turned Phoenix.
And coming up on our show, we'll hit the driving range with a local golf champion.
Usually allowed in dorms, our John Curtis found a special exception to the rule, a feline friend living in the global neighborhood.
Meet Luna. While she may look like your average cat, Luna is a registered ESA.
Luna is an emotional support animal, an ESA for short.
Ray Haycraft is the Assistant Director of Residence Life in the global neighborhood. She bought Luna last April to help with her medical condition.
She helps me. I have a chronic pain disease called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is degenerative, so there's a lot of daily pain as well as anxiety and depression associated with it.
The two have been a perfect pair since Haycraft first laid eyes on Luna.
When we walked by and Luna started pawing at the window, so I opened it up and she jumped out and curled around my neck like a boa. I was like, well, this is the cat.
And through a program called Life Chats with Luna, Haycraft is sharing Luna with Elon students.
Weekly, I'm going to sit out in the courtyard and just invite students to come and pet her, be comforted by her, share anything that's going on with them.
By simply petting Luna, Haycraft says, students can feel just a little bit better.
You know, having an adorable small cat sitting in your lap, all of a sudden kind of your cares go away.
Junior Kayla Harvey is an RA in Global and has already noticed the impact Luna has had on her residents.
They swarm when they see her, get really excited. They always talk about their pets at home, how much they miss them, and just get really excited to see her.
John Curtis, Elon Local News.
Haycraft says all students, not just global neighborhood residents, are invited to Live Chats with Luna, which starts in the next few weeks.
Some students found that service animals come in all sizes this weekend. Elon's service learning community, First Floor Virginia Hall, visited Coppertop Life Learning Center as one of their weekly service trips. The farm, home to more than 30 horses, is an animal therapy center for those with disabilities. Our Katie Merrihe will be bringing you the story tomorrow on ELN Morning.
Elon students might not know her name, but one of the biggest names in Burlington golf returned home. Lori Beth Adams is back to train at Indian Valley Golf Course and has her eyes set on the professional tour. Arjat Agarwal has more.
Lori Beth Adams grew up an athlete of many sports, but it was clear from the beginning that only one was her true passion.
I actually grew up here at Indian Valley. My dad wanted to take me out golfing when I was 7, so I went out there and I went to that range and just hit a couple balls, and I kept at it.
Born and raised in Burlington, Adams has become a local celebrity in a community that has seen her grow up before its eyes.
I've been knowing Lori Beth for probably her whole life. She would always play with the guys. Because she could beat every one of us. She's like a family to all of us.
The Western Alamance graduate captured the CAA Player of the Year award during her senior season at UNC Wilmington and has returned back to where she started, hoping pursue her dream.
My plan, I'm finishing up my internship and I'll graduate in December, and then I'll turn pro in February and just start the Futures Tour of the LPGA.
Whatever journey lies ahead for Adams as the next chapter of golf begins, she'll always be thankful to the game that taught her so much.
Golf is kind of like life. You get back kicks into the water, into the rough. You get back kicks and you get back kicks in life, so you just have to handle it well, take a deep breath, and just go on with life.
Rajat Agarwal, Elon Local News.
Indian Valley Golf Course is just 10 minutes down the road from campus, and if you make the trip, you will likely see Adams out on the greens.
This weekend was Elon's first home football game of the season. While marching bands are a staple at college stadiums, this weekend's tailgate featured a different kind of band. Brennan McGovern has the story.
You saw them last year.
Check 1, 2.
This weekend, Apples and Airplanes made their rockin' return to the Elon Tailgate.
I mean, we did it last year. It was a ton of fun. Good turnout, a lot of people. So, I mean, yeah, we're really happy to be back.
The band formed in 2011 after meeting at an open mic night in Raleigh. Their alternative rock and funk style made for a lively atmosphere on Bank of America Drive. The group, who also performed regularly at NC State tailgates, says pregame shows are some of their favorites.
Good being in the game, atmosphere and everything. We like to contribute and get everybody moving, get everybody in the mood right before the game gets going.
And students are giving the group rave reviews.
Yeah, I like the band a lot. I think it gives the tailgate a really good atmosphere.
Yeah, they're awesome. They're playing really good stuff. I like anything with a horn section, so they're great.
Apples and Airplanes says they love getting a chance to play at Elon.
It's a beautiful campus. All the people are real nice, and we love coming out.
Brandon McGovern, Elon Local News.
If you liked Apple and Airplane sound, we'll have more on the Raleigh-based band tomorrow on ELN Morning.
I'm Andrew Feather, and coming up in sports after the break, you just saw Saturday's pregame festivities, but I'll take you into Rhodes Stadium for Elon's first home football game of the season. See you after the break. Welcome back. The Elon cross country team took to its home course in wet and muggy conditions early Saturday morning for the annual Elon Invitational. The weather did little to slow down the Phoenix as Elon swept the competition. Both the men's and women's teams came out victorious. Senior Jenny Gallagher won the women's 5-kilometer race with a personal record time of 17:55. On the men's side, Luis Vargas ran away with the competition, posting a time of 25:19 in the 8K. That was almost a minute faster than the next runner, Elon's Ari Rothschild. Cross country's next race will be on September 19th when the team heads to Cary, North Carolina for the Adidas Cross Country Challenge. You've already seen the Tailgate band, but they weren't the only ones living the maroon life on Saturday afternoon. As the skies cleared up, Phoenix fans took to Bank of America Drive to participate in Elon's second year of formal tailgating. Elon Athletics told us that after last year's tailgate initiative, Elon has seen a rise in attendance at football games.
When students come out and support our student athletes, we know there's a marked difference in the atmosphere of whatever event they come to, and we think that helps with their performance on the field.
Following the tailgating festivities, fans headed inside Rhodes Stadium for Elon's football's home opener against North Carolina A&T. The Phoenix came in with high hopes as first-year head coach Rich Skrosky took to the sideline for his first game at Rhodes Stadium since 2010. After forcing A&T to punt on its opening possession, Elon jumped to an early 3-0 lead. But lack of execution was the theme of the night for the Phoenix, who couldn't score a touchdown despite making it within the Aggies' 10-yard line 5 times, something Skrosky addressed after the game.
To me, there's 5 elements of winning football, and it's turnovers, big plays, first down, third down, and red zone. If you hold a team to field goals, you're always going to be in the game, and you know, to credit A&T, they did a good job in the red zone.
And a way to stop Aggies running back Tariq Cohen, who rushed for a career-high 234 yards, including an 81-yard go-ahead touchdown run. He added a 2-yard touchdown pass on a trick play as A&T took down Elon 17-12. Elon will be back in action during Family Weekend this Saturday when it hosts UNC Charlotte at 7 p.m. Moving from the fields to the courts, the Elon women's tennis team held the annual Elon Fall Invitational this weekend. Elon first-year Olivia Lucas was the talk of the competition as she took home her first tournament title at the collegiate level on Sunday. Lucas went head-to-head with Liberty University's Evangeline Christ in a 3-set thriller, coming out on top 6-3, 3-6, 10-8. Lucas, playing alongside junior Taylor Casey, also made it to the finals of her double flight before falling in an 8-0 decision. Elon's Kirsten Ward and Barbara Lazarova both made it to the consolation finals in singles, and Erica Brashi and Maria Camara won the consolation doubles final. The next tournament for the Phoenix is the Wake Forest Invitational, scheduled for October 3rd through the 5th. That's it for sports this week. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on Twitter at ELN Sports and like us on Facebook, facebook.com/ELN Sports. Meredith and Justin, back to you.
Thanks so much, Andrew. Well, that's all we have for you tonight, but tune in to ELN Morning tomorrow during College Coffee.
And for campus news throughout the week, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
And make sure to check out our website at elonlocalnews.com to stay up to date on all the news that matters to you.
Have a great night, Elon.